And welcome back. We are now going to cover Chapter 2, Lesson 5 and 6, Addition and Subtraction Equations. So when you're thinking of an equation, think of it as a balanced scale. On one side of the scale we have h plus 14, and that should equal 82 because it is balanced. But we need to find out what the value of h is. So we need to get h all by itself on one side. So to get h by itself, first we need to take away 14 from the left side of the scale. So how do we do that? How do we make the scale unbalanced and then rebalance it later? Well, let's go over that. Taking away 14 from both sides of the scale is the same as subtracting 14 from both sides of the equation. So let me ask you, what is the opposite of addition? Subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction? Well, it's addition. So anytime you have an addition equation, you're going to use subtraction to undo that problem, and vice versa. Whenever you have a subtraction equation, you're going to use addition to undo that problem. But we'll go through it step by step. So let's look at this problem here. H plus 14 is equal to 82. First, we want to get the h all by itself because that is our variable. That is the part that we do not know, but we want to know how much that h is worth. So we're going to subtract 14 from both sides. Because the golden rule for algebra, I think, is whatever you do to one side, you do to the other side. So if you subtract 14 from the left side of the equal sign, you're going to subtract 14 from the right side of the equal sign. Okay? So if you have plus 14 minus 14, which you see on the left side, that's going to cancel each other out. That's going to equal 0, right? You have 14 apples, you take 14 away, you don't have any more apples. So that just leaves the h all by itself. And then you have the 82 minus 14. You would work that out like you normally would. So h is equal to 68. So now we're going to solve the equation again, and we're going to learn how to check our answer. So let's look at this problem. X plus 87 equals 152. Well, this is an addition equation, so I know that I'm going to use subtraction, and I'm going to subtract the number that is next to that variable, which is the 87. So I'm going to subtract 87 from both sides. So that cancels the 87 out on the left side of the problem where the variable is. So that just leaves x. So it's x equals 65. But I want to make sure that I did this right. So if x equals 65, I'm going to put 65 in to the original problem where x is. So I'm going to put 65 plus 87 equals 152. And I want to see if that does balance, if it is equal. And since it does, I know that it's correct. And that's the beauty of algebra. With algebra, you can really correct yourself and see if you did the problem correctly the first time. And if you check your answer and you see that it's not balanced, well, then you know exactly where you made a mistake and you can go back and fix it. So pause this video and try to work this one out on your own. We have 72 equals 18 plus y. And just because this equation is reversed does not mean you're going to do it any different than you did before. So you're going to subtract 18 from both sides because you want to get the y all by itself. So y is equal to 54. Then of course we can always check to see if that's correct. So we're going to put 54 in where y was in the original problem. And then we see yes, it is balanced. So it's a solution. Pause this video and try to work this one out on your own. A way that can help you to do word problems like this is if you draw these little boxes and you write in exactly what it's asking you with the words. It says Johnstown, Cooperstown, and Springfield are located in that order in a straight line along a highway. It is 12 miles from Johnstown to Cooperstown and 95 miles from Johnstown to Springfield. Find the distance, which is D, between Cooperstown and Springfield. So please pause the video and try to work this out now that you have the words on there. Distance between Johnstown and Springfield should equal the distance between Johnstown and Cooperstown plus the distance between Cooperstown and Springfield. "95" should equal 12 plus D. Well, what is the value of D? What do we need to do here? It's an addition equation, so yes, we're going to use subtraction. What are we going to subtract? The 12. We're going to subtract 12 from both sides, and then we get D equals 83. So pause the video and try to work this one out on your own. So the first thing you need to look at is, what type of equation is this? This is a subtraction equation. So therefore, you need to use addition to undo this problem. So now we're going to add 23 to both sides. So we have a negative 23, and then we're adding 23, and that's going to cancel each other out. So then we have y equals 62. And of course, we can always check our work. So let's add 62 in for y. So it's 62 minus 23 equals 39. And yes, it is a solution. It is balanced. 39 equals 39. Pause the video and try to work this one out on your own. And when you unpause it, the answer will be on the screen. Did you get it right? I'm sure you did. Now pause the video again and try to work this one out on your own. So we had z minus 3 equals 12. So since it is a subtraction equation, we're going to add 3 to both sides. So z equals 15. Here's a lesson quiz that you can work this one out on your own as well. Pause the video and give it a try. I'm sure you can do it. Well, how did you do? Well, keep up the good work and see you in the next video. Bye.